Okay, so TPOT 23 came out, like, on Saturday or something, and one of the many things that we talk about is how one is a fraud. Yeah, so one became stronger, she took 2's power, 4's power, and as we see in TPOT 23, it has taken most of the Algebraian's power, except for 6 and X, and the whole episode, or well, most of the episode, we go back and forth between 6 and, the people who are in space, or well, the eliminated, or the contestants that are in space, or well, the eliminated contestants, I should say, and Grassy, and, and then, and we also see 2 in X, and Bubble, Match, Ruby, Winner, and Lai, all getting chased by 1, 1's trying to catch X, so she can take X's power, because, 1 is on this whole, oh yeah, I'm gonna recover 3, so I need all this power, and then I'm gonna, destroy everybody who locked me in the moon, because I'm apparently some evil bad guy who thinks that since I'm now so strong, I can become a fraud. Well, 1, I guarantee you, you are a fraud. Yeah, not only did you not catch X at all, you seem to have gotten taken down very easily by not only X, but Lai. Lai stopped holding back and sent you into space to get you away from them, and not only that, when you chased the announcer, you let the announcer go into the rift. You couldn't even catch the announcer. Like, how bad of a fraud are you? 2, and let me remind you, 2 and 4 are the most powerful Algebraians, and with that power, and not only with 7, 8, 9, and 10's power, oh yeah, and 5's, you should be at least stronger, and also you have your own power, and you somehow couldn't even catch X. Like, how do I say this without, sounding mean? 1 is a fraud, and taking her down is going to be a lot easier than you think, especially knowing how, sure, a lot of these guys may be separated, but 1 is just a fraud. 1 is, like, horrible. She can't even catch X, which is really funny because, you're basically the strongest out of every contestant now, and you've somehow become, and you're somehow basically just weak. Like, you couldn't really catch anybody. You got 1 free kill, and that was Lai, because, Lai went to space with you, and I was like, oh yeah, I did my job, and then, killed Lai, and you couldn't even, like, capture them. I don't, like, how you became so strong. You became stronger than almost every Algebraian, besides, 6 and 3 together aren't that strong. Snowball has a pinch of 2's power, which we'll probably see Snowball giving 2's power back a bit later on, maybe TPOT 25, because it seems as if from TPOT 24, we see, Pencil, and, yeah, Pencil back in time, changing the past, because, we see a little clip of Pencil and everything, but, 1 isn't really, 1 really isn't a powerful, 1 isn't really the best. If you really think about it, 1 is a fraud, because how do you lose to basically 2 who has no power now, and contestants, and not only that, you got stomped by 3, X, and you got stomped by Winner. Like, how? Considerably the only person who really did the challenge was freaking Winner by stopping 1. They slowed down 1, and then, we see 1 in space, and, she chases the announcer, and then, she doesn't even catch the announcer, because the announcer goes through the rift. It's like, 1, you're some big and scary villain, you have the other powerless Algebraians quaking in your presence, and you don't even catch them. 1 is a definition of fraud, but I'm done talking about the fraud 1. Now it's time to move on to the votes, because a lot of people were saying TPOT 23, the bottom 2 or the bottom 3 would be Book, Lai, and Marker. And while they were correct about Book and Lai being the bottom 3, Marker was the second safe, and a lot of people aren't really happy about that. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, Lai, or, Winner should be in the game. Or, well, Winner should be in the game. And knowing how Winner was the last member of the S to get out, it's still really surprising how Winner got out. But then again, you could vote for the same contestant twice, and so Winner had the least votes at, I believe, 25,000. Lai was at 25,000. Winner was at 26,000, and Book was at 28,000. So considerably speaking, Winner and Book had a 2,000 and something vote difference, maybe 1,000, while Lai and Winner had a 1,000, maybe a few hundred, maybe 900 vote difference. It's not really a huge difference, but it's somewhat different to, see why people are mad, because it's like, Marker should have gotten out, but then again, a lot of people are, but then again, if you really think about it, if Marker had gotten out, we wouldn't have seen the Black Hole song, which is really good. I have to admit, that song is pretty good. But, I'm just really surprised that, as you can see, why, one is getting continuously stomped by the contestants. Guy basically stabbed or hit by Ruby, got, stomped on or ran over by two in the contestants. And then not only that, she gets covered in dirt. Like, how do you continuously keep on taking L's when you can't even, catch the second Elder Brilliant with power? And let me remind you, it took X a while in BFB to learn his power. And I just find it really funny how one's whole goal is to, get X and, get his power, and somehow continuously gets beat up, like, as you can see here, got beat up by Winner, who isn't even in the game, turns into Evil Leafy and just, chases the contestant.